Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Bridget and today we are going to be doing a high-end makeup haul. I have some goodies from Sephora as well as some goodies from Ulta, so let's just get started. And I only have a couple things from Ulta, so I'm going to start with what I got from there. Ooh, there we go. First, I picked up 3 of the Anastasia lip glosses, and I have it in the shade Sepia. I have one in the shade Tara, and I also have one in the shade Kristen. Kristen is like my lips but better, and it's the color I have on my lips today. I don't have a lip liner or anything else on, and it's my lips but better. And Tara is like just deeper than Kristen, but it also leans, I think, just a tiny bit brown. My nose keeps itching, I'm sorry. And then Sepia is like almost deep, like kind of in the nudie chocolate family. So I'll go ahead and show you those right now. So this is Kristen. And these are a very thick but smooth, intensely pigmented gloss, and they are so moisturizing. So there's Kristen. This is Tara. And these really remind me of my NYX Intense Butter Glosses. In terms of how they feel, in terms of the pigmentation, the smell, they really remind me of that. So that's Tara. And then this is Sepia. Yeah, I've tried to film this video so many times. I didn't want to give up. I'm not a quitter, but it just was not working out. This is Sepia. This final one over here is Sepia. And then from Ulta, the last thing I picked up is this Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I did get the shade Mocha, which I thought was my perfect shade, but I don't know, maybe the lighting was playing tricks on me because I feel like this is just a little light for me. I love that it has a pump. I think it just looks fancy, doesn't it? I think it just looks fancy with the frosted bottle and stuff. I love this foundation. It's hydrating, and it just is one of the only things that I'm liking on my dry skin. But I do have to deepen this up a bit, so I do want to go back and look at the other color up and see if that'll be a better match for me. Otherwise, I will just keep this one and manipulate it. Okay, so everything else I got from Sephora, so let's just go ahead and get into it. The first thing I picked up is the Clarisonic sensitive brush heads. They're just the ones that I prefer, and this is the 2-pack. And I'll show you what that looks like. So it just looks like this, and then, you know, you just screw it on your Clarisonic. And like I said, I did get the 2-pack, but I needed to change my brush head bad, so I already put one on there. So I got that. And then I also picked up, so I was planning to get 2 different eyeshadow palettes, and I decided to get the Modern Renaissance Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. They were out of the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and, you know, I was crushed about that. But I have been really enjoying this palette. So here's what it looks like right here, and it has that like suede material on the front, and then of course you get a huge mirror, and then you have all of the warm shades. I'm back here like checking my lip gloss. But anyway, you have all of these warm shades right here, and I really love this palette even more than I thought I would. I think the pigmentation on these shadows are so good. I mean, even these lighter shades, don't count these lighter shades out because they are just as pigmented. These shadows are some of the best that I have in my collection now. I will say I really love the balance of matte to shimmer shades in here. I think it allows you to do so much with this palette. You can go, you know, light, or you can really do some bold looks with this. So I'm just really enjoying it. And I also like the brush that came with it. It's over there drying, which is why it's not in the palette right now. But it actually has a really good brush that came with it. So I picked that up. I don't know why I'm putting that back in here. When I finish filming this, all this makeup is finally going up. And then another thing I was so excited for, and this is actually what I have on my face today, is foundation mixed in with some moisturizer. This is the Coverfx Custom Cover Drops. I did get matched in the store, and the girl matched me to N80, which I was kind of thinking that I was N80 or N90. And I think N80 is a really good match for me, because initially I had got, I don't know, like G60 or something, and it was not a good look. It was very ashy, way too light, but I was ordering online. So I would highly recommend looking in the store if you can, because these shades are kind of tricky. But this is what it looks like right here. And it has the dropper, if you're not familiar with it, it has the dropper. And of course, you know, the claim is that 1 drop is like light coverage, 2 drops medium, 3 drops full, 4 drops maximum. I have on about 3 drops today. I do agree that when they say drop, literally, not a full dropper, like a drop, they they mean it. So I have so many different ways I want to experiment it. So far I've tried this mixed in with other foundations and I like it, and I've also tried it mixed in with moisturizers. I can't wait to try it with, I've tried it with a couple primers. I haven't liked it with any primer except the Coverfx calming primer that I used when I was trying this out. So I really wish I had purchased that, and maybe I will at some point, but I haven't liked it with any of the primers I have. But I do like it mixed in with things, or with BB creams and moisturizers. So it's just so versatile, and I feel like you can use it for a lot. So I've been really enjoying that. Then I also picked up 2 concealers. Where is it? Here it is. I picked up 2 concealers because I love concealer. Concealer is like a lip product for me. It's one of those things, I get excited about concealer. So the first one I picked up is the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer in 13 Cream Caramel. And I will show you what that looks like. And I wish I had gotten a shade that I could use to conceal my face, because I don't actually have a concealer currently that I can use to conceal on my face. So here's this one right here. The formula on this is really nice. It's really lightweight and it offers great coverage. I have this up under my eyes today. Just tell you everything that's on my face. That's why I did it like that. And then I also picked up the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Amande Medium Dark 3. I really like this concealer. I wanted to like it, but I didn't because it's expensive, but I really like it. When they say radiant creamy, they mean it. And you can see this one next. This is the closest I have to my skin tone. It's just a tiny bit too dark, but now I finally have one that I can use to conceal around my face. It's just a tiny bit too dark, so I think I'm going to end up getting just a shade down. But this will be perfect for me in the summer as well. But I have already been using it, and it blends out and looks fine. So here's that one right there. So I got that. What else? Then I also picked up, I've been using this like crazy, this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Wear. I got the tiny one because, of course, when you're getting ready to check out, they got that display right there to hook people like me. And as you can see, I have been using this. I have this on my face today before I put on my makeup, and I just have really been paying attention. Also, it smells good, but I feel like this really does help with the wear of my makeup. I have tried spraying it on top of my makeup, and it's okay like that. I need to test it out some more, but up under the makeup, it is really good. And I feel like it gives just a little bit something back to my skin. And I'm all about giving something back to my skin these days because the dryness is really real. Then I also picked up a Sephora Cream Stain lip product because I really wanted to test one out. And I think the shade I have is 27. It's so deep, it's so hard to tell. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, so gorgeous. The formula on this is so good. I have wore this, and I do think that this is really great. So now I want to get some more everyday colors. Even though, I mean, what am I saying? I would wear that every day. Hey, but just some different colors. So I want to get some more toned down colors, but I really like that. And it does dry down and it's great. And then the other thing that I picked up, which I think is the last product, is the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I am on the hunt for a really good eyeshadow base. Eyeshadow primer. I have extremely oily lids. Even with my skin freaking out and all of a sudden it's like dry as a bone, my eyelids are still extremely oily, and I have tried, I feel like, every primer in the drugstore. The only one that ever worked for me was the Wet n Wild Fergie. I have gotten a new one and I don't think it works as well. My eyeshadows do transfer, and that's my biggest pet peeve. So I wanted to try this one out because I heard a lot of people with super oily eyelids saying that this is the best that they've ever tried, and it really does help. And I don't know how I feel about it yet. I know that I don't dislike it, but I can't tell if I love it yet. So it's just going to take time with me trying it out. I've only been using these things for a couple weeks. So I do like that it has a doe foot applicator. It's just easier. Boop, boop, boop. And then that's me putting it on. Boop, boop, boop. And I think it looks fancy. I just feel like it looks fancy. This is all of this stuff, just super fancy stuff, huh? But I will keep you guys posted on this and let you know if I think that it is really good for my oily eyelids. Otherwise, the search will continue because eyeshadow primer is probably one of those things that I don't buy in excess. Give me one good eyeshadow primer And that will be all. So if you have a recommendation for an eyeshadow primer, leave it down below and I will comment back, let you know if I've tried it. And if I haven't, then I might need to check it out if you got oily eyelids. So this is everything I picked up. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. Took me a lot of takes to get it, but we got it. All of this stuff is going up, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.